Hi, my friends. Time once again for some more late night Howdy reflections. Tonight, after the Creed brothers won their match against Otis and Tozawa, old Chad Gable and his boys beat down Otis and Tozawa after the match, only for Chad to get the crap slapped out of him by Maxine Dupree. When Chad and his boys were starting to encircle Maxine Dupree, lights went down, and that familiar tune, do, 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 catchy isn't it, hit, and out came the Wyatt Six. And then out came Eric Rowan, Dexter Lumis, and Joe Gacy in their mask. But for the first time, we saw them rip off their mask in the middle of the ring. And then they unleashed the fury up on the Creed brothers. Then Nikki Cross from the top rope cross-bodied Chad Gable, laying him out. Interesting thing to note that for the first time we got Nikki Cross referred to as Sister Abigail by Michael Cole on commentary. Chad Gable would then escape and went up the ramp, only to be surprised by Uncle Howdy on the ramp, who was right behind him. And like a real horror movie victim, Chad Gable ran away like Barbara running away from the zombies on Night of the Living Dead. Then later in the night, we got another one of those Wyatt Six therapy videos. This time the focus being on Dexter Lumis, a.k.a. Mercy the Buzzard. And Dexter Lumis is almost unrecognizable now with his new look. It's really rugged and cool. He's got a grizzly beard, the dreadlocks, and an X on his forehead. And of course, the dreadlocks is kind of remembering Bray Wyatt with the hairstyle he had as the Fiend during his tenure of the Firefly Funhouse / Fiend version of Bray Wyatt. And also the X on his forehead, kind of reminiscent of the way Bray Wyatt used to X out the eyes of his victims on the pictures of the wall of the Firefly Funhouse. He also had the red Hawaiian Flaherty shirt on, like Bray Wyatt used to wear when he was the cult leader Bray Wyatt, and also Waylon Mercy used to wear that one too. An interesting side note, I want to talk about the Judgment Day real quick. We know, of course, that backstage that the Judgment Day's clubhouse was wrecked by Liv Morgan, with all the X's put on everything from Dominique's eyes to various things like the PlayStation in the clubhouse. And also we saw that light flickering, kind of reminiscent to the light flickering during the debut of the Wyatt Six in gorilla position, where Chad Gable and a lot of backstage hands nearly got murdered. And we saw that light flickering again, and it was flickering and almost going out as the night progressed. Could this be symbolic of the end of the Judgment Day? Could this be symbolic that the Judgment Day is going to be targeted soon by the Wyatt Six, especially that Finn Balor, as he's got quite the history with Bray Wyatt? It's going to be really interesting to see. Pulling this one out of my butt, but hey, it could happen. I'm digging Dexter's new look as Mercy the Buzzard, unmasked and masked, and I'm also digging the fact that we get a 3-on-3 wrestling match next week on Raw with Chad Gable and the Creed brothers versus Dexter Lumis, Eric Rowan, and Joe Gacy. It's going to be huge. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait for SummerSlam. Thank you very much for joining me for another episode of the Howdy Reflections. Run!